Hey guys. I just really didn't think I was gonna cry yet, or cry. I thought maybe enough. I feel like maybe I had cried enough. I know it's probably been like maybe 11 days since I last posted or last uploaded a video, and a few of you guys have reached out asking like, hey, it's been no video in this many days and I hope everything's okay. I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this or not because I feel kind of like I shouldn't upload it on YouTube, but I honestly do feel more of a connection with you guys. I don't know if you guys watched my live video that I posted, or that I did on Monday, the last week of February, the last Monday of February, and I was the only one working that day, thankfully, and I know we don't like really talk about personal stuff on here because it's mostly hair, and I apologize for those of you who that this isn't hair related, but just because I had people reaching out, I just thought I'd do a video. But after when I finished my last client on Monday, I was still at work and I got a call from my mom's husband, and he was just like, hey, are you home? I was like, no, I'm finishing up at work. And he's like, okay, well, is your boyfriend home, Rob? I was like, no, I don't know. I think he might still be working. And then he asked if my son was home. I was like, I don't know. Does somebody need to be home, or is everything okay? And he's like, well, when are you gonna be home? I was like, well, I'll probably be getting off in like 45 minutes or so. He's like, okay, I'll just see you at 6. And I was like, is everything okay? And he's like, I'll see you at 6. And I honestly really thought something maybe happened to my mom. And so I called my brother just because I was like, what's going on? Like, Roland just called me and I'm at work and I don't really know what's going on, and I'm just afraid that something happened to Mom. And he's like, well, what do you know? I'm like, well, I don't know anything. I don't know anything. What's going on? And he just set that up. He's like, Emily died last night. That's my sister. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, she died last night. And I mean, my sister had been battling addiction and that kind of stuff, and so, but she had been sober for 3 months, and the last time I talked to her was like 2 weeks ago, and when she we talked for like an hour or whatever, and when she got off the phone, she texted me that she was 3 months clean, and I just texted her back and I said, I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you and I love you. And so I know that she had been doing well, and she was trying really hard and fighting to be on a better path. So I guess I was just shocked to hear that she had died, because to my knowledge she hadn't relapsed or anything. So to find out that she... And the thing is that she knew that if she relapsed that she wasn't gonna make it. When she was in rehab, we had had a few conversations about how there's this shot that you can take that prevents you from feeling high. And she said, I know that I can never do drugs again, or, you know, whatever her choice was. And she said, I know I can never do it again because the problem is that it prevents you from feeling anything. And then so when you relapse, because you don't feel anything, you end up like doing more because you think that you can overpower the drug. And so she told me a few times when we were talking about it that she knew that if she relapsed again, she knew that she was gonna die, and that's what happened. And the day that I talked to her on the phone, she had said, I asked her how she was doing, if she's up to date on her shot, and she just said that she's like, oh, I'm due for my shot. I'm like a day or two past due, because it's apparently supposed to help like with your cravings, also prevent you from having that need. And she just said that she just was a few days past due, and that that day we talked, she had off, but she also had the next few days off, and she could either make an appointment, but she knew if she went in that day to get it done, she would. And and so I just never, I kept thinking I was gonna check in with her to see if she had gone in and made an appointment and taken the shot, and I never did. And I know nobody can like prevent anything from happening if it's gonna happen, but I just wish that I would have reached out and checked in on her, because some of the stuff that I think about is, if she did take the shot and if she did relapse, then like she always said that she was never really afraid of dying, because, you know, when you're high, you just fade off and don't even realize that you're falling asleep. Or she had overdosed before, and she was on life support for 2 weeks a couple of years ago, and that was actually the first time I even found out that she was using. And she was living in California at the time, and when we talked about it later on, she said she was so ashamed and so embarrassed, but she had a lot of trauma that she was dealing with, and, you know, the past abuse, childhood abuse, and so I don't want her to feel like there's any shame in that, or to feel embarrassed or anything, because we all handle things differently, and I know the extent of what she went through was horrific, and I don't blame her for anything. I wish she wouldn't feel shame or embarrassed or anything. And But I just wonder if she did take the shot, then she probably knew she was dying. And she told me that the thing about when you overdose is that you don't even know you're overdosing. You just fall asleep and don't wake up. And so I kind of hope she didn't get the shot, because that way when she died, she wouldn't have even known. She would have just fallen asleep and not realized it. So when my brother told me that she had died, I just yelled out to her, "Emily, I'm so sorry that I couldn't have been what you needed, or I wasn't there for her like she needed." Of course, we can only be there for somebody, you know, as much as we're able to, and when somebody's gone, you always wish that you could do more. But I'm really sad for my son, because they were really close. And when we lived in California, my sister lived with us, and so there's been a few years combined of different times that we've lived together, and they've always had such a close relationship. And shockingly, my son's been handling it okay, but I've just been telling him, like, how you do it, and he just says he doesn't really want to talk about it because it makes him sad, which I understand. But I just told him that with stuff like this, you have to talk about it, because when you don't talk about things that upset you, then as you get older, it becomes stuff that is buried inside of you, and you end up being angry about it because you never dealt with your feelings. And so I keep trying to get him to talk about it and how he feels. And I had him write her a letter, but it's like, I think when we found out, like, we all were obviously upset, but shocked but not shocked at the same time. And I think it's because you just know that when someone goes into rehab, that maybe it's like 3 or 4 times before, 5 times before they actually like stay clean. And so I just always felt like, when is she gonna relapse? I'm proud of her for the work that she's doing, but when's the time gonna come that she's gonna relapse? Because I just know that it's got such a hold on you that it's bound to happen. And so I just felt like I knew that I would be waiting the rest of my life for this day to come. And I feel a little bit of relief that she's gone, and I feel bad for saying that, because clearly I don't want my sister to be gone, but I'm just glad that she's at peace right now. And we just lost our grandpa earlier this year, so I'm glad that she's in heaven with my grandpa. And I keep telling my son that this is one of the reasons that we're so thankful for God, because he has given us the promise that we will be reunited again in heaven. So that makes me feel a little better, knowing that this isn't it. But and the Bible says that to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So I know that Jesus was with her, and she's in heaven now, so. But I'll just wrap it up, because I know this is getting kind of long, but I just wanted to fill you guys in on what was going on, because normally by this point I probably would have put out like 4 or 5 videos, and I know I haven't done anything, and it took me a few days to post anything on my Facebook just because I had, the night I found out, I had the next day off, and then I had to work the next 2 days because I'm booked out. And somebody asked me what are the pros and cons about being a hairstylist, and I can't really think of anything negative, but I'll say that one of the hard things is that, yeah, you can take time off whenever you want to, but when stuff like this happens, it's hard if you're booked up because you're so booked out that there's nowhere else to put them. So I felt like I had to go in, and I just didn't tell anybody because I can't deal with that stuff at work with people, oh my god, how are you, or that kind of thing. Like, if I can just do my work and not think about it, I'll be fine. But the moment somebody like approaches you about it, then I know I'm done with. So I didn't post about it on my Facebook page until Friday, just because then I would have the weekend, and I haven't posted anything on Instagram. But I just thought I would share with you guys because I feel closer with you, and you guys have reached out asking me what's going on, so I just figured that I would share with you guys. And the next video I put out will be the first one since she passed away, and I even felt myself getting kind of when I was talking about the formulation recording, I felt kind of like I was gonna lose it for a second, because I think when I was thinking, like, this is the first time that I'm recording since Emily died, and I could see in my face how red it was, and I wasn't wearing really any makeup at work, and so I think that just kind of almost hit me. But anyways, I just want to let you guys know, thank you for all your guys' support that you always have given me, and for reaching out. I don't know that I'll respond to comments just because it's kind of hard, and just kind of makes me sad. So I'll read all your comments, I just don't know that I'll respond to them. So I will, after this, I'll just move on to the regular business of videos, but I just wanted to share with you also because I'll probably eventually change the title of the video, because one thing that I obsess over is kind of understanding what people go through and what their feelings are and what they experience. And so I have looked up on YouTube like life after death experiences and what have people experience when they die and come back, just because I kind of wanted to know, like, what did she go through when she died. And I was watching videos of the day my sister died, or what's it like to experience an overdose, or what's it like to lose a sister from drugs, or whatever. So I've been kind of busy on my evenings off. Instead of doing videos, I've just been kind of obsessing and doing that kind of stuff, watching those things. But anyways, I'll just leave it at that. So thank you guys again for your support and for caring, and I'll see you this week on a regular video.